What's going on, guys? This is the one-man army, Mr. Easy for Life, come back at you guys once again with another Blade and Soul video. Today I thought I might do something a little bit more different, and that is we're going to be doing a in-depth review of the Destroyer class. Now, a lot of you, well, some of you actually have just asked me in the comment section below on a few of my other Blade and Soul videos about the Destroyer class, and I'm here to tell you that, you know, I'm not necessarily the best at this class. You know, most of you have been asking for this video after watching the Lin Blade Master, or I'm sorry, Lin Blade Dancer class video that I released about about a month ago. So yeah, oh, look at that freaking summoner. There was a summoner going by. Oh, look at that. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so we're gonna be doing an in-depth tutorial or review. I'm sorry, it's a review. It's not really a tutorial. It's just a review. And you know, like I said, I'm not really the best destroyer out there, but I'm just gonna be showing you guys what I learned these past few months in preparation from CBT. Now, I have been preparing for CBT lately, you know, getting some training in, getting some gameplay in and all that, just trying to learn my class. And you know, my class is the Destroyer class, and I'm just gonna go ahead and as we can see some beautiful close-ups of my girl here, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you this before we get started, is that I'm not really the best destroyer out there, guys. I'm really just here to tell you guys the basics, or from what I've learned these past couple of months. So I'm just gonna be showing you guys some basics. I'm not gonna get into the whole advanced freaking skill tree or whatever. I mean, I'll show you the skill tree, but it's not like it's gonna be similar to the Blade Dancer video. I'll show you guys some gameplay and my thoughts and opinions about the class. So to first things first, I want to say that the Destroyer class is a support class. It's a support class. It's a DPS support class that a lot of people are saying that's what it is. In my opinion, though, what I think of this class is I think it's a tank class. I really do think it's a very much a support tanking role class. Now, a lot of you may disagree with me, especially you Blade and Soul gurus out there, freaking playing the game for over a year. I understand that, and I respect your opinions when you say that it's wrong to say that the Destroyer is a tanking class. It's more of just a support class, DPS support class, and that the Kung Fu Master and Blade Master is the rightful owner classes to be a tanking role in raids, dungeons, and whatever in PvE sense wise. But, you know, technically, guys, a lot of us have our own opinions, and some of you do actually agree with me, because I've said this before, probably in my first Blade and Soul video that I ever made 2 months ago, is that I think of this class as a tanking class. I really do, for the various reasons. Of course, we do have a lot of supporting roles, but what the hell is a tank, guys? A tank is someone who can support your allies and take damage, from the enemy, so that your teammates can stay alive and focus on their DPS output, right? That's what a whole tanking class is. Not just the support, but being able to help your allies when they need it, okay? And so, yeah. Alright, so let's get into a little bit of some gameplay here. Let's go ahead and bring up our UI, and let's get some gameplay going. So first, we're gonna go ahead into the skill tree, and after this I will be showing you guys some gameplay of another awesome freaking destroyer in action, soloing and all that. Shout out to Steparu, you are fucking amazing. And so yeah, alright, so with the skill trees, we're gonna go ahead and start off with our left click, our left button right here. Now, all the skills that I have set to is pretty much by default the dungeoning class, as I do raid and dungeon a lot with this character. Actually, someone's actually queuing up for Serpent Supply Base. Oh, I might just do that after this. So with the skill tree intact, with our left click right here, it's very important that you have your left and right click prioritized. You know, you want to spend a lot of skill points on the left and right, as the Destroyer depends on the left and right click for the most amount of DPS that it can possibly output, right? So for the left one, I went with the all skill tree on the branch 1 side. We went to the left side here instead of going to the right. I don't think I have this one unlocked yet, but basically what this does is that I can deal 428 to 519 damage, and after each successful hit, 10% of chi points. Each hit will grant 5 extra chi points, which is then recovered. Alright, so and then after getting a hit while casting the left click, the next granted skill will have a 100% crit rate, and this crit lasts for about 3 seconds, so that's freaking awesome. The range cast for this is about 5, I think that's about what, like 5 meters away, or not meters, I don't freaking know, 5 m away, and the casting is instant and cooling, and the distance is local. So yeah, very amazing. I suggest, I don't know guys, like I said, this is all basic. And I mean, I recommend having the skill tree on the left side for this. I have tried the right side over here, and I mean, it's okay. It's honestly just whatever you prefer. Now the range over here does get cut off, and I think that's why a lot of people don't use the right side, because you can see the range gets cut from 5 to 3, which is kind of what you don't want, right? Okay, so yeah, with that being said, we got our Fury over here. The default skill tree didn't let me put any points, or didn't put any skill tree points, but usually what I normally do is I'd actually have Fury on as, I'd at least spend 1 point on Fury over here, which can deal a lot of damage almost in the 2k regions instead of the 15k region, right? And it's a, let's see, distance is 4 meters, it's a single target, casting is cooling. Casting is instant and cooling is 0.4 seconds, so very awesome to have their Fury. It's basically just another way to, from what I've seen it, okay, from what I've seen it, is after you've suppressed or gripped an enemy, right, using the force grip or using the choke move, right, after you, what I usually stack it Fury up is whenever I use the choke move here. I'll show it to you right over here actually. Fury is just another way to get some DPS. So after you use like a choke move, so we're gonna use our earthquake, and we're gonna grab this guy right here, right? And after I'd slam him down like this, my Fury would usually my Fury would activate if I had a skill point on there. And you know what? I'll just show you. Let's take a few points away from rage here. There we go. And show you that usually I can basically left swipe my I can swipe my left and right really fast or something like that. It's pretty cool. I like it. So grab it, slam, and then it goes like this. I don't know if you saw that. Kind of hard to see. A little bit of a lag if there was. I'm sorry about that. But basically, you can just deal more damage, and it's a lot faster. That's just how I've seen it. That is what I've seen it used as. So that's Fury. Demolition all the way up to the right side over here, which is your right click. We have deals 13 to 15. 1300 to 1500 damage, right? Downed or ground target does an additional 170 to 200 damage, basically a suppressed enemy, I guess. Accelerates the max speed during suppression available, and bleeding for 1 cumulative second, I think that's what it is. It's basically just your right click demolition, which is awesome move to have. I suggest going to the right side. The other trees, let's see, let's check this out here. Distance is local. I haven't, like I said guys, I haven't really done too much research on the other branches, and that's kind of where you guys come in. Okay, that's kind of where you guys come in, because you guys, when the CBT and launch comes out, you're gonna have you're gonna practically have all the time in the world to mess with all these skills and just find the skills that are right for you. Like I said, this may be a review, but it's not an in-depth tutorial on how to be the best destroyer you possibly be, because everybody, even though you may play the same class, you all still have a different playing style. So you need to find your own skill tree that is best for you. Now for me, this is just the skill trees that I'm usually set to, what I've gotten accustomed to, what I've gotten used to, and I've been playing with this ever since I practically a month to 2 months in. I've had these skills pretty much preset to my liking. And of course, I've played with a few other settings, you know, playing, you know, like messing with a few things here and there. But that's that. So for the choke move, it's basically what I got over here is we got the during suppression. The suppression lasts for 6 seconds instead of 4. And then we have the during suppression that blocks frontal attacks. So anyone who's trying to attack you from the front will get blocked if you have someone in your grip. Cannot block when suppressing large enemies. When attacking suppress the target, you recover 20 chi points. Basically, so if I was to use, let's see, if I was to use all my chi right here at the bottom, I don't know if you can see that when my chi points is going down, right? So we go ahead and we're gonna do the choke move, and every time we hit them, we recover 20. So now my bar is pretty much filled up back. And I use that move a lot. I really do use that move a lot to recover my chi points if I have to, especially in raids and all that sort of ordeal. So yeah, there we go. Over here, rising kick, or rising knee. I'm sorry. This one I don't usually spend a point. Maybe I'll put like 1 right there. Yeah, we'll just put 1 right there because why not? Sometimes I do use it, but it's not. I mean, most destroyers don't really use this, and it's only kind of an attack to, let's see, it just puts enemy in a groggy state for 2 seconds and deals about 500 damage, about estimate. Cooling of 18 seconds, and it pretty much activates whenever you crit. So whenever you crit, your F key will activate and telling you that you can use this move on screen. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. Not much going on there. Over here we got our Cyclone. This is the move that I depend on practically all the time. This move, I always freaking depend on it, and if you are reading the stats, you will see why, guys. It only deals about 1100 damage, but look at the skills that it comes with. First, it reduces first incoming damage by 25%. So now I'm negating damage by 25%, and every time I'm during the cast, or every time I'm casting this move, my defense immediately gets increased by 400%. That is incredible, guys. A 400% defense buff at one click of a button, instant cast. That's too OP, but I love it. Now, while casting, movement speed also gets increased by 60%, so I move faster, right? If you have to get out of certain situations from NPCs or something like that. Of course, you can move during the cast. And let's see, it releases you from root skills one time immediately after use. Okay, so basically this is a good move for like an escape move. So like if you're stunned or if you're rooted to the ground, you can use this move one time, I believe, to pretty much get you out of that move. So that's very useful. I'd say that's very useful overall in PvE as well as PvP. You know, if like a summoner roots you, you can use it to get out of that state of mind, right? Yeah, so that's why this move is also considered an offensive and defensive skill. We do damage, we can get out of situations, and we negate our damage and increase our defense. Very OP because we have an instant cast, instant cooling, it's got 3 meters of range, and a local distance. So very OP indeed. One click of the button, and we're spinning like this. Look at that, my defense was just increased by 400. Pretty crazy, huh? Whoops, sorry about that. Escaping Cyclone, this pretty much is, this kind of ties into the whole deal with the first one, I believe. When it comes to, you know, getting yourself out of a situation. Usually I would put one, or maybe like one over here or somewhere over here. I usually forget. I think maybe, or it could be this, and puts enemy in a groggy state for 2. Yeah, or you could use this one, because if you use the tier 3 branch, it's actually going to put your enemy in a groggy state for 2 seconds, I believe. It's got a 36 second casting, which is kind of bad. So you kind of want to use this move when it comes to, and it's just like the Cyclone. You press tab and you know, instant casting and all of that. So, but you want to use this if you have the 3rd branch. I would say you use this at the right time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, not much going on there. Over here we have Earthquake. This is a move I depend on a lot. Okay, I depend on this move as well as my 2 a lot for the various reasons. This puts enemies in a stun state to the point where I can go ahead and use the grapple move. Alright, now we got the close gap to target for 8 seconds within movement speed. It reduces by 40%. Now when cast mid-air during gliding, defense, penetration, it's got that. It's got extended stun, groggy, knockdown status for an additional 3 seconds, which is awesome. Stuns the enemy for 3 seconds and deals about 124 damage. So you're not using this move for damage, you are using it for the stun, so you can go ahead and get the choke move on, which I'll show you, which I usually do show you anyway, right? Whoops. Which I do usually show you anyway, right? So it's pretty much your 1, and you click 1, and now your enemy is stunned, which gives you enough time to use your grapple move like that, right? Okay, very nice. Get the hell out of here, pig. Alright, very nice. So, oh, he's probably going to come back for more, right? Right, okay, come on, buddy. Ha 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 ha. Not today. Very good. Alright. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, so that's the Earthquake move. We got our charge move over here. Pretty much you just charge at the enemy, does a little bit of damage. Stuns as well, so you can attack. You can, if your 1 is on a cooldown, use this move, charge instead to get your enemy stunned, right? Stunned for 2 seconds. Only does less than 100 damage, so you're not using this move for damage. You're using it for the stun. lots of stun moves. Definitely lots of stun moves. Now for our 3 can be used in many different sort of ways. I usually don't actually have 3 skill points over here, but I forget what situation I was in where I needed it. Usually you can just leave it at 1 right here because you're only using this as an AoE move. It's an AoE stomp move that you use that pretty much does an AoE. So if you're over here on these dudes, you press your 3, you're gonna go ahead and do that, and they're taking damage right there. As you can see, their health bar is going down just by standing in this ring right here. Freaking awesome. And yeah, that's pretty much all it is. Pretty much an AoE move, so very useful when you're coming up against mobs and all that, and you want to go ahead and it's a good tanking move, okay? Definitely a good supporting tank move, indeed. So you can go ahead and use the stomp move, get the other, you know, like in case of a raid boss spawns minions, you can use that move to help your allies by killing off the minions faster so that they can focus on the boss more. There are other ways you can actually use this move too. Now if you take some skill points and you put it over here, now this thing has become, it's pretty much becomes a freaking let's see. Oh, can I use this move? Oh, I cannot. That sucks. This basically becomes a support move. This stomp becomes a support move because, as you could see, instead of using it as an AoE, you use this to now recover 5% HP to allies. It still does additional damage, but to your allies, and if they're stunned, groggy, knocked down, or even just stunned, all of that gets released. Okay, all of that gets released. Now you have to use it at the right time, in my opinion, because it does have a 45-second cooling, but this will definitely help your teammates in raids, you know what I mean? Give them some HP back if, you know, they're about on the verge of dying on a boss, or even just if everyone 3 or out of the 5 are stunned. That's definitely the time to use this move to go ahead and get them out of that stun move so we can get back to doing damage. So yeah, very amazing support move right there. Now if you spend it over to, let's see, oh no, yeah, I guess it's just this tree right here. Yeah, this one right here. And I guess if you have this one as well, oops, if you have this one right over here, it also increases the allies' defense by 300%. So you can definitely see in raids how freaking important this move can possibly be, the stomp move. Sorry about that. You can definitely see how important this move can be in raids for your allies. Increases your allies' defense by 300%. Of course, you got the 50% less damage for 4 seconds. Recovers 5% HP, and all of the stun moves have been removed. Still doing a little bit of damage. Still keeps the default damage point right there, which is awesome. And yeah, oh, it requires 2. So I wonder if I have that. So if I take this, never actually tried this. If I take that, then no, I don't. It said it requires 2. Huh, I guess not. I gotta do the achievement for it. So moving on, we have Annihilate. And Annihilate basically is, let's see, Annihilate, it's usually a sweep move, alright? Now this is your 4, and cancel, I don't care. Oh, yeah, continue. Cancel it. As you can see, it's my 4 action right here. It's a 2-second knockdown move right there with a 30-second cooling and less than 1,000 damage. You basically come up to your enemy, click 4, and they're pretty much swept off their feet. Once again, giving you time to use your choke move, right? And that's freaking awesome. Okay, so that's your Annihilate move right there. It's on the cooldown, as you could see. And yeah, like I said, a stun move. You can knock them, sweep them off their feet, whatever. And you know, that's a very amazing move to have, or to use, you know, to combo, I'm sorry. Now with Crushing Kick, this is another one that you can combo, or that you can also use in different various ways, okay? Now, usually, let's see, I usually have this skill point, take 2 from here, and we'll head over here. And I usually have it on this branch right here. I usually have it on this branch. The tier 3 branch 1, it's got the 3-second knockdown with a 18-second, let's see, 18 seconds, really? 9, oh yeah, maybe I actually keep it on this one because the cooling is 9 seconds. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay. So as you can see, you know, there's always different ways that you can do this. So we got 9 seconds on the crushing move right here, and this basically deals about 600 damage, and it's a 3-second knockdown with only 9 seconds of cooling down. So as you can see, you can definitely use this to your advantage. Now, one way I'll show you. Let's see. Oh wait, that save. Oh, that did not save. Why didn't that save? I didn't click learn. Why I gotta be like that? Okay. Alright, so there's different. You can definitely use the kick move in various ways in order to stun your enemy. So if I was to take this dude over here. Alright, come over here, buddy. Okay, now we can use our crushing kick, which is our Z, to knock him back like that. Okay, so there's a stun move right there. We can use our 4 right here to knock him down, so now he's stunned. We can use our 1 move right here, so now he is also stunned. And now we have, since it's only 9 seconds, our crushing kick is back, so now he is stunned as well. He can go ahead and get back up, and we'll use our 2 right there. Very nice. And if we want, we can use our V for 4 seconds right there. And as you can see, our Z is back up, so use that as well. He's gonna get back up, and we're gonna use our 1. Very nice right there, and that's a pretty much a good. Oh, and if he uses a move right here, what he's about to do, we can go ahead and use that as well, which is our, I think that was our, no, that wasn't our flame wheel. I wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to use this move right here. Yeah, that move right there. Yeah, which is our flame wheel. So I meant to do that. Sorry about that. But either way, with the 9 seconds on our side, we can definitely see that if we chain all of our stuns, the enemy will be stunned for a long time, and we can practically use our Z with having the 2-branch skill tree with only 9 seconds. We can use it to our advantage is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, using it to our advantage definitely helps out a lot with the Z. Now with the slam move right here is pretty much a whenever you, it's a move that gets activated whenever you have your enemy in your hand. So for the destroyer, you know, if you choke the enemy, he's in your hand, you can go ahead and use Z to slam. I use it a lot. I used it a lot to chain it up with my Fury. Let's see, does my Fury actually have a skill point? Yeah, it does. Okay. So usually right here, grab our F move and the Z, which is a slam move. I used it a lot. Slam him right here, and it gives me time to use my left and right click. Before he was able to even get up, I was able to take him out with the slam move. So it's a move that only gets activated when you choke him. That's pretty much all you need to know about that. Slam the move, right? What's our default? We got 50% of the damage is done, is absorbed as health. Oh, that's helpful actually. And it does about 500 damage with a 3-second knockdown. So they're knocked down for about 3 seconds by default. So there you go. Okay, headbutt is kind of like, it's another move that's activated by the choke, right? Anytime you see during suppression right here, these are all moves that you use, that you can use whenever you use the choke move. It's pretty much a move that you use to headbutt the enemy, and they pretty much, it does damage, but it doesn't stun them. I don't really use this move a lot, so I don't know a lot about it. I wonder if you go to this side, oh, you get, within 10 seconds after using the skill, you get healed for 20%. Oh, when you're attacked, okay, cool. Defense 50% decrease. Well, that's not good. And for 6 seconds within movement speed reduces 40%. Okay, alright. So normally people don't really use headbutt a lot, or they don't spend their skill points on headbutt. It's not really a move that you really, I don't personally take it seriously. So yeah. Now with Pulverize. Pulverize is one of those moves that you're gonna want to combo constantly. Knowing that the fact that this move actually has a 45-second cooldown, you definitely want to combo this move with as much DPS as possible. Especially if your crit percentage is high, you want to combo this move. And it works the best whenever, let's see, it works the best, of course, on a single target. And it definitely works best when your enemy is stunned. Now by default it does 3.8 to 4.6k damage. That's a lot, because if you compare it with the other moves that we've been showing, that I've been showing off, you only do less than 1,000 or about 1,000, maybe even less than 2,000 damage. But this move right here does 4k damage. Now the reason why I say that it's best on a suppressed enemy is because whenever you do that, you get an additional 2.1 to 2.5k damage stacked up with your 4.6. Man, that's practically 7k. Just suppress the enemy and freaking use this move, right? So if we go ahead and use this like that, and we do that, practically he becomes a one-shot move. It's practically a one-shot move. As you saw right there, we didn't actually crit the enemy. He didn't. That wasn't actually a crit move, okay? I stunned him and I got the additional damage, but by default we only got 6k. If I were to crit the enemy, we can try it again in about 25 seconds. But if I was to actually crit that move, alright, my pulverize turned out to be a crit, he practically would have died right there. As you saw by default, he was a one-shot after I used that move. So you definitely want to combo that move, pulverize, to your advantage. You want to use it to your advantage anytime, any possible given time that you can use it at, okay? Raid bosses, anybody, just anything in general, okay? Let's try this again. Let's see if we can get a crit. So we're going to stun the dude, and we're going to do that, and there we go. That was a crit right there. He practically died in one shot. As you saw by there by the replay, we got about 11,000 damage off of him. 1175 opposed to our regular damage, which was only 6k. We got an additional 5k from the crit. So basically at the end of the day, for this move Pulverize, we were able to get by default 4k damage, but since I used my Earthquake to my advantage and stunned him, we got the 2k damage, the 2k additional damage. But since we also crit the enemy, we got the crit off of him, we got an extra added of 5k damage on top of our on top of our 4k with the additional 2k, giving us 11k damage. So guys, I cannot stress that enough. You freaking brand new fresh destroyers out there, I want to tell you guys, you beginner destroyers, the next generation of destroyers, take my word when I say you gotta use motherfucking Pulverize to your advantage. I cannot stress that enough, okay? Alright, so yeah. Now usually, at this point, that's pretty much all you really need to know, okay? I mean, I'll show you a little bit of Iron Wall, and what this does is that it pretty much, it's your V, and for 4 seconds, it pretty much blocks any frontal attacks, okay? For 4 seconds, you do a little bit of damage, 200 damage, but it's got a 45-second casting, so only use this move whenever it's needed. It's pretty much a block move, but you can use it in various ways to give you damage. So if you got your Z right there, so there you go, for 4 seconds I got the shield, and if we use our 1, it turns into a nice little front shield freaking spiral thing, and yeah, so pretty cool. Use that, there we go. Take him out, Pulverize, right? There you go, using the Pulverize combo. Very nice. Raja. Okay, so yeah, that's how you can use your Iron Wall to your advantage. Go ahead and use the Iron Wall whenever needed, and use your R1 to turn into like a freaking bowling ball spiral thing to your advantage. Flaming Wheel is pretty much your counter move. So anytime your enemy is coming near you, you can use your Flame Wheel, and it will guarantee you the counter attack. You will block any incoming damage if you time this just right. It's pretty much like a Kung Fu Master's block move or a Blade Master's counter move. But with this move, instead of the Kung Fu Master and the Blade Master's blocking move being instant, you have an 18-second cooldown with the destroyers, unfortunately. So that's why, if you're good at timing moves, definitely use this to your advantage, because like I said, if you see any incoming damage and you can time it just right, you can definitely use Flame Wheel to your advantage. You can actually use it again within 3 seconds if you have enough time to use it again, or something like that. Like if the enemy strikes more than once and you time it just right, you can use it again before it goes into this 18-second cooling. It's kind of hard to explain unless you actually see it, but I'm not necessarily good at it, and if I can find some footage, I'll show you how to use it just right. Definitely using this to your advantage in for example, the Tomb of Sacrifice, the freaking last boss in the Tomb of Sacrifice. He uses this one move that pretty much one hit KOs you or takes you down in one shot. So if you use Flame Wheel at the right time, you can block that move, which is awesome. And yeah, so that's pretty much all you need to know about that. Flaming Wheel as well as Flame Wheel, they're pretty much the same. Well, actually, it's Flame Wheel first. You use Flame Wheel first, and then it goes into the Flaming Wheel move as well. It turns into it, what I'm trying to say. And then it goes into the 18-second cooldown. Typhoon is your Q, and it's kind of similar to your Cyclone, but it does a little bit more damage. Very similar to this move right here. But Cyclone actually has a cooldown, and it's your Q instead of your tab, and it goes like that. So as you can see right there, Does a lot of damage unlike your regular Cyclone, but at a cost of what, 26 to 28 seconds. So definitely use that to your advantage at the right time. All these moves that have cooldowns, you want to be able to use it at the right time. Definitely use this a lot whenever you are in a for example, the Mushin Tower on floor 3. You have a lot of mobs and NPCs that you need to take out. It definitely tests your skill of being able to use AoEs to your advantage. So that's pretty much a good time to use Typhoon, is that whenever you're doing a huge AoE burst pull or whatever. And yeah. So throw is pretty much the same as usual. I show you that I show you that a lot in my videos right there. Use your 1, then you got to go and do the choke move. Then if you want to throw them, just click your C, and that's pretty much what it does. Pretty cool animation. When I saw that, I freaking freaked out. It's freaking amazing. Come on, big boy, let's go. Oh, not today. Get out of here. Oh. Whoops. Alright, I thought I was doing good, but I got a little bit too out of the hitbox. Okay, so yeah, that was throw. Pretty much you throw them out. I don't really spend any skill points on this because, I mean, it's just a throw move. That's the additional stuff if you want to read it, what you get with that move, and yeah. So E over here, your E, which is Rage. Rage is an awesome move to combo with, okay? Very amazing move to combo with your choke move, okay? So for 4 seconds, usually I have it right here. So for 4 seconds, I usually get a recover in 120 to 120 chi points. We are also immune to damage and control effects during the kill and casting animation, as well as during Rage. Our crit rate is increased by 100% guarantee, and the crit crit damage is also increased by 30%. So overall, overall from 4 to 6 seconds, our crit damage is increased by 130%, which is awesome to use. Combo it, definitely combo it with raid bosses, mini bosses, anytime like that. It's a move that you want to use carefully because it does have the 1 minute cooldown. Or actually, if you have it over here on this tree right here, it actually goes down to 45 seconds, which is nice. Actually, that's fucking awesome. All right, freaking cool. That's pretty much the Rage move. I guess I could show you what that looks like. So if you go over here and how you can combo it. So if you come over here to our enemy, our dummy, we're gonna go ahead and grab him again. I always use the choke move to my advantage, guys. Always use it to your advantage. Go ahead and use your Z. Go into this move right there and pretty much just take him out like that. Very good. So if my crit was any higher, I would have taken him out faster than what it usually took to take that guy out just now. But usually, with that move, with Rage being stacked up with your Fury move, it definitely does a lot of damage, and you can definitely use it to your advantage. So yeah, it's just another way to basically get your crit up, and you just definitely want to use it, in my opinion, against raid bosses and just anything like that. Anything that you need to have a lot of damage output, especially when trying to support your allies, you would definitely want to support the attack damage and all of that. So just another way for you to increase your damage instantly for a short amount of time. Use your Rage, which is your E, to your advantage. So yeah, guys, I guess that's pretty much about it, because everything else is just all freaking, you know, the gliding and all that, and the kickoff and the sprint and all that. So, you know, I don't know how long this video is going to be. If you're still here and you're sticking around, thank you so much for watching. And, you know, that's pretty much just the basics of the Destroyer, okay? There is a lot of details that I missed out on. Actually, there's one more thing that I want to show you, and it actually goes back to your Z. Let's see. Your Crushing Kick. And that is actually, it's actually just like the Stomp move. Just like the Stomp move, you can change the way the move is used and to be able to use it to your advantage when comboing it with other moves. So if you take your skill points and you actually go to the right over here for a 30-second cooldown, unfortunately, unlike the 9-second, you actually use this move to pull enemies in. So if there are enemies around you, oh, this dude's actually clearing them out. Let's see. Let's just pull these two over here. Okay, so if there's enemies around you, you know, more than one, and you need to pull them in, you can basically use your Z to pull them in like this. Oh, we only got one. And we can actually use our Rage, then we can use our Cyclone or Typhoon like that, And yeah, so there we go. So for 30 seconds, you definitely just want to use this to your advantage as to just pulling the enemy or pulling a bunch of AoE enemies. Or pulling a bunch of mob of enemies that you need to AoE down, especially when you're in the raid or all that. It's just one of those like freaking support moves that you use to you know, support your teammates. Like if we need to pull over here, we'll pull and we'll take them out instantly. You know, like a very nice clear out move. Let's see if I can get these dudes here. Oh, I was only able to get one. I wonder why. I guess the distance isn't that far. Oh, there we go. Join the party, everyone. Woo! Pulverize. Very good. Oh, you actually got a hit on me. Alright, very nice. Come over here, buddy. Trying to have a little fun with you. Okay, anyway. I'm getting a little bit too carried away here. Fucking love the Destroyer, man. I can't help myself. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching the review of the Destroyer. It's in my opinion, a tanking class that you use to... It's a tank class, but also the support DPS output damage class by default. So, anyways, guys, there is a lot of details that I have missed out about this class, but at least I was able to show you a little bit of the basics of how the Destroyer performs in-game, as well as just any PvE situation that possibly I could think of as of right now. So, you know, your job the next step for you guys to do after watching this is to basically head over to CBT when it comes out, as well as launch, or if you're watching this when it comes out, then head up in there, and if you're a Destroyer, if you are a new generation or next generation Destroyer, then go ahead and mess with the skill trees. Just completely mess with all the settings on the skill tree and use it to your advantage, man. You gotta find your Destroyer, man. You need to find the skills that you are possibly comfortable with. You know, experiment with all these skills. You know, that's why we have more than one branch tree to choose from, so it's not dull, and you can be creative with it. You know, you can make so many different combos. I'm just showing you the basics, but this is just the basics, man. You need to figure this out for yourself. But at least I was here to gladly show you what this class is like before CBT even comes out. You know, it's a great class. I absolutely love this class. When I was doing research when I first started playing this game on what class I should play, as soon as I found the Destroyer and I read up about it, I knew that this class was going to fit my playing style. And that's another thing. You need to definitely find your class that fits your playing style, okay? Now, even though you may be a Destroyer, we still technically have different playing styles. You know, you may use your Destroyer as a tanking class, you may use your Destroyer as a support class, but at the end of the day, man, we're all just Destroyers in general, or, you know, fellow Destroyers, those of you who chose it, of course, and we're all there to support our teammates, man. That's what we do. That's what we do. We like to see our teammates and our team succeed. We're there as a boost. We're the assisting class role that helps out others in need, okay? That's who we are. We are the tanks of the raid team. That's our role, and we need to be proud of that because it's unique. It's a unique class. Anyways, guys, I'm rambling on. Thank you so much for watching my review, our little basic, very small basic, not so much advanced review of the Destroyer. You next generation Destroyers, go ahead and do your research as well, and head up to CBT when it comes out and play around with these settings. Find what is right for you, what you're comfortable with, and just have fun, man. At the end of the day, it's all about having fun. This is a beautiful game to have fun in, and just, you need to embrace it because it's fucking awesome. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I love every single one of you easy supporters out there. Stay tuned for more Blade and Soul content to come your way, and as always, put in the comment section below if you want any other suggestions of what other Blade and Soul content that you want to see upcoming next in the near future. I'm all ears, and I will be taking any suggestions. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I love every single one of you easy supporters out there, and as always, I hope you're all having a very, very easy day, and this has been the one-man army, Mr. Easy for Life. I'm out. Peace.